any scenario at real time, I wanted to, each time I instantiate an object of bank account, I will give it to be a serial number 1, after that 2, and so on. So here is the number of that point. And this number, okay, is a private number, and its value is how much the counter reach at that time. Okay, so now if I wanted to print self dot number, I can't do that directly. I can't do that directly here. If I try to do that directly, I just repeat that. Okay, so I will get an error. Is it clear? So if I wanted to print it, let's say P1 dot. So I think I call it get ID. Maybe I didn't build that, so I build it now. This is the number, and there is no get. So I can define here, okay, def get a number, let's say NO. It will take self, because self will be the same object, and then I will return, okay, the value self dot underscore, it was a number. Okay. Now, maybe I make space. Down here, I can use get and get number. Now, when I print, let me see something like that. P1, P2, it's P1, sorry, ID. If I run it, okay, so I got 1. Okay, if I print the same, but for the object P2 will be P2. Okay, will be the second one. Yeah, and as you can see, this is a handy way that I can control things, okay, at the class level. This is a very handy. As I used a property at a class level, I can access it as a class level. This is a logic thing. So to use that, please recall here, this is a method. And if you look at, for a moment, for this method, you can see here that it takes no argument of type self. It will not take that because it is not be invoked using the object itself rather than the class name. So I call it general info, and I need to annotate it by this annotation, static method. I must. This is a kind of annotation. Now, below down can use, okay, the class which we call point, and then access general info without, okay, any problem. Okay. So I will type the output, the number of object. So as you can see here, this is the output. Okay. So there is nothing here difficult, just to remember. So we have added to the class more, okay, flexibility. Each class now, okay, can have not just its own, it's not its own objects, but it can have its own attribute. Any question here?
Yeah, quick one for you.
Yeah.
Class
yeah,
method, and when you pass CLS in, and then you would use CLS dot count, Is there a reason why you would use one over the other, or are they, are they just completely sort of more or less equal to each other, really?
Which time? Which one?
So if you were to take your static method and copy and paste that method, right, and including the annotation.
You don't want to write the annotation?
No, I would take the whole of that method, including the annotation, but then at the end change it to say class method, and then put in general, and I'll call it general info 2.
Okay, let's me copy it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then call that a class method annotation there instead of a static method on the second one.
Yeah.
So it begins, at CLASS, and then inside the general info you put CLS, and then instead of point.count you use CLS.count.
Here?
Well, yeah, you can call it that. What I meant was, where you've got the annotation and you've called it a static method. You would call it class method. Now there's an annotation called class method as well.
Here?
Up above.
Class?
Up above. No. On the annotation itself.
Here, provide class method.
You call that class method.
Yeah, there is no. This is just an evolution. It is the same thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because then you would have to use the CLS in the
static method is best. Is better, I think. But you can use both of them.
Okay. But then you'd have to use CLS rather than the point in the actual thing and actually pass a parameter. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I am trying to be intermediate in this course. Okay, not to. It's okay.
Yeah, I just wondered if there was why they have both methods. That was all. I was just thinking.
Use the static.
Is there a reason why you'd use one over the other? Really?
No. It's okay. I can assume after this session, if anyone can see the other options, so he or she will understand it. It's okay. So this is also what is the important here is the concept of class method and attribute class attribute. Okay. So now if we continue here, okay. So this is the class attribute, and please recall here the place we defined where we define the attributes. Okay. Okay. So this is a static method, and this is the demo. So you have it in the, okay. So this is a hands-on so that you can make in your free time. It's a very simple, but I am very recommend implementing it because you will review all the things that we use. Okay. So now, inheritance. So let me say it clear. Inheritance, okay? Try to avoid them when you are not writing a platform. Let me make two scenarios. This is a very, please look at this tip. This is not just my opinion. There is a huge of research and academic articles that supporting this best practice tip. When you are developing your own software, try to avoid using of inheritance. Try, okay? So, for example, you can't achieve that if you are going to implement. You can't, prevent yourself from using inheritance when you are, for example, going to implement an application that managing animals and or several kinds of bank account persons like manager and so on. So you still use them, but in a simple way. Don't use them in a heavy way, and I will explain that. Inheritance in software engineering, we know that most of the research, they make your code very complicated, and the maintenance will be